y'all. Welcome everyone to our Discover cohort series. We have an exciting, I'm going to keep this short because we have a super exciting facilitator. A lot of you have seen him already on the part of our Discover speaker series. But Spencer Garland is here from Brenda Arts, and he'll be leading us in an amazing, like, multicultural, multi media sort of presentation and activity and series of activities. I just want to reiterate what the innovation program and what Discover is about. So the innovation program is all about exposing young people to cutting edge technology, the cutting current trends, and not just exposing them, but having them see what's out there and experience it, and then also being producers of and adding their imagination and creativity to that the current cutting edge thing. So Spencer is definitely on cutting edge media and trends as far as creation, entrepreneurship, community involvement, culture, and really centering context and community in at the forefront of that creation. So without further ado, I will pass it off to our guest. Like I said, a lot of you have met him already on the monthly call, but we are really excited for him to dive deep and get into this leading exercises that you can do with your youth, or that young people can participate and ask questions for in this set of series of workshops.
So
All
yeah,
right.
thanks, man. You're always good with the intros, man. You make me feel good. I'm so excited to be here with everybody. But yeah, hi, I'm Spencer. I'm a creative youth technologist. I work with all sorts of people to make art for and with uh my community. And I'm just excited to be able to share some things that I've learned, and hopefully y'all can glean some stuff from our time together and implement it in your work. So I'm just going to go through this little presentation that I made. Let me go back to the beginning. And then I have so many apps open, so bear with me. Here we go.
And
All
Spencer,
right.
while you're pulling it up too, it might be worth it to just give like a brief kind of like preview and overview of where this will be culminating to over the course of the four sessions. I don't know, not necessarily before or after, but at some point, like
Okay,
as you
yeah.
kind of gather us all together, it might be useful.
Yeah. All right, cool. So everybody can see this. Yeah, hi. This is the title, logos and all that. Here's me. I blend culture, tech, and education. We make magic together. I just did a little. I run this media company called Brenda Arts, named after my mom. I do stuff with the community, um, in all different facets. Since I work with youth, we usually make short films together of some sort during the core this the sessions I work with them, or we make something. But for this session specifically, we're going to make little shorts, and then we're going to like be able to produce those, and then we'll be able to share at the end, which I'm really excited about to see what y'all's creativity comes culminates to. So I guess the first part of it is just like culture, tech, and me. Um, in my senior of high school, in my senior year of high school, I had this teacher. His name was Greg, and he introduced this idea to me of the canon. And it's not like the canon of literary works that are deemed masterpieces. Um, the Citizen Kane's, the Old Man in the Seas. I guess that these are American. So that just shows like where I'm at. This was a canon that was built upon like my own or the students' own interests, and that always has resonated with me. There's not a lot of times in life where you just like sit and write things down that you like. So I put together this little like collage or mood board of things that I've been interested in since day one, and it has manifested or bits and pieces of this have manifested in my own work. Um, so at the end of today, just to keep this, just to share like where we're gonna head for today specifically, we're all gonna make one of these, and I have a little template. You don't have to use it, but we're all gonna make one of these, and then we're gonna take bits and pieces of those and then implement it into our projects that we'll do at the by the end. So the human touch is the most important thing to me. I make things that only I can make. We live in a strange time everywhere, all the time. I think there's a lot of there's algorithms, there's people who want to get engagement from making things that will be popular online. Um, we're at the stage of capitalism where no new risks are being taken. So the media that we consume, especially in the American context, I don't know where if it's elsewhere, especially in America, has been regurgitated from the 20th century into 21st century. And my whole thing is to take everything that we have now and before, take bits and pieces of it, remix it, and make it into things that only we can do. That's all I tell my students. I want to see like what their visions are. I don't want them to do Star Wars. I want them to make their own Star Wars, if you know what I mean. So I try to give them the tools to do that. Um, an example for me, I'll show a lot of my work in this and give examples. I made this show called Brenda Lab. It's like this educational show that's online. You can watch it if you want to. It's on my website. But I was really inspired by the eyewitness books and documentaries that they had when I watched as a kid. So I wanted to make my own Afro-futuristic version of that. So that's like taking a piece from history, remixing it, and then recontextualizing it in a new way. Quantum Fountain Basketball is a basketball fighting game I made. I really wanted it to feel cool and African American in the ways that I grew up seeing like Missy Elliott videos, Ignore Diddy. The Jordan ads I grew up on, even the new Nike ads after the Knicks won, they all harkens back to a specific time and place that doesn't exist anymore. So I just wanted to have reverence for that and bring it back in a interesting and new way, in a context that they've never seen it before. I made this commercial. I could play this at the end, but if you saw my original talk, it was basically like a parody of the Mars Blackman Spike Lee ads from the 90s. He's like the happiest man on earth right now, so I feel really good for him, honestly, that his team won. So I'm just gonna skip that. Counter of Sheep is it's a very multifaceted project. I'm really excited about it. As you can see, I took like student artwork and then implemented it into a new context. These are like little avatars of the students I worked with, and I also designed the houses that they designed for this architectural Afro fantasy climate adventure, essentially. Um, they designed all of these own like dwellings, and then I was able to scan in their drawings, use what they call bump maps or normal maps to make them look like paper. Because they drew everything on paper. I think paper is a really interesting texture and textile that is always associated with childhood. So since this is basically like for kids, I wanted their own little avatars to feel like they're actually hand drawn on paper. I just thought that was a really cool touch. It's something that I like doing. So I'll teach y'all how to do that. But yeah, I like taking things out of their original context, scanning them in, making them warble a little bit, and then recontextualizing it. So what I found interesting when I was working with the kids, that the girls designed themselves like wearing designer, and all the boys designed themselves as like little weird freaks. I thought that was fun. I just thought that was a fun, interesting thing to have happen. See, and there's the paper again. But yeah, in terms of like how do I utilize that, I scanned them in, put the normal map on a flat image, which gives it like basically depth. even if it's flat. Added a paper normal texture, which I can share with you at some point. Um, and then went into After Effects and what I call added an effect called line broil, which made it look like it was warbling, kind of like Ed, Ed and Eddie, if you're familiar with that show. It was a very strange show from my childhood that my mom wouldn't allow me to watch. I just always thought that was funny. But yeah, I basically can put them into these new worlds and recontextualize them in a way that is a lot more fun and has depth and culture. So cool. Uh, Going forward, I'll teach you how to. I'm just gonna back out of this. Let's go over here. I'm working on a show for Netflix right now. We'll see if that gets picked up or not. But I did a similar thing with this project where a lot of the assets inside of the world are hand drawn and then scanned in and then manipulated so they look like they were part of the world in a different way, so they're not just completely flat. Um, as you can see, I'm going to, can I mute that? I'm going to, yeah, let's see if I can. I'll share that later. But basically, I was able to take a lot of these assets, these elements, and then scan them in and have them be a part of the world, which is cool. So the light affects it. I always thought that was fun. It's also in terms of like setting, going back into my own backstories. Like I was raised in Boise, Idaho, a place where even most people don't know or care, and that's fine. The show is about not knowing or caring where this place is, but there's a lot of cool stuff and adventures going on. But yeah, I just made something only I could make because it's based off of my experience growing up. And then I use all these new tech tools to um, a lot of new tech tools to be able to tell the story. And then I'll share that how to do that with you. In terms of technical skill, in order to do this, I use I'm not going to say open source. I use motion capture in this tool called Quick Magic. Basically, you upload a video of yourself doing an action on your phone to this website, and then it'll use an algorithm to interpret what your limbs and hands are doing, your body's doing, and then you can manipulate that and add that to a character, which is really cool. I'll show you how to do that. This is something I made for Donald Glover's production company. Um, Still going back and forth with them. But I did the same technique with that, and I think it ended up better than the first Team Extreme demo I made. But it was really easy to do, and it's really fun to actually like get involved and become the character. So I'll teach y'all how to do that, and then you can teach the students how to do that. This was an experiment in AI. This was when AI was novel in like 2021, I believe. I was experimenting with a really old model that I had to like buy credits for. That was my first time engaging with this as a medium, and it's only progressed from there. But I like how the old AI looked. I always thought that was interesting. Maybe in some time in the future, if we get there, if the Terminators don't take us out, there'll be a fondness for early AI and how kind of warped and dreamlike it was before it became photorealistic and warped our sense of what's real and what's fake. So, but basically, the assignment for today, I said 10 minutes here, but we have way more time than that. We'll say 15. I want y'all to design your own canon and then share some of your favorite pieces with the class. I have a template that I'll share, but basically, use these lists to come up with ideas of things that you'd want to produce by the end of the class, just like a little 30-second short or whatever. But yeah, like having different mediums is really helpful. There's a lot of people who are really into movies. There's a lot of people who are really into video games or books, but everybody has engaged with all of these. I think it's really good when you are able to mix and match different mediums and put it into like visual work. I think it makes it more rich. And it's just something that young people who are already kind of been doing, and then over time, um, schooling or life tells them to get more specific into one medium, to have one bag. But I just reject that idea. I think you should have a holistic view of art, and then it'll make your art better. So, um, does anybody have any questions at this point? I threw a lot at you. This is a really brief overview. I'm really excited to share with y'all. But does anybody have any questions at this point? And if not, that's totally cool too.
I
We can
have
reconvene.
one question.
Yeah, absolutely. What's up?
Do we like the contents from the presentations? Do we get access to that too, or?
I can send those to you. Yeah, I can put this in
Okay,
the chat.
nice. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, you can use your computer or grab a pen and pencil or pen or whatever, some paper, and you don't have to necessarily use these mediums. You can use whatever. But yeah, just write down a list of works that are really important to you that you bring inspiration from artistically or just like life-wise, and just start writing them down. It's fun to list this. And the greatest thing about it is like if you do a canon right now, over time you can add or subtract things too. So this is just you at the moment right now. Um, so yeah, be sure another one I could add, another category I could add is people. I put places, I'll put my hometown on there, but people also inform how I do things and culture informs how I do things. So you can add those as well. But yeah, we can reconvene at, I don't know, how much, hey, Matt, when should you think we should reconvene? I guess it's not the same for everybody. So, um, 11,
Yeah.
let's do 45 for everybody. Would that work? Or 40 for everybody?
We can, and we could keep like monitoring the chat too. If maybe folks could like chime in if you're done, if you feel like you
Yeah.
have a thorough list. Maybe, yeah, maybe we give it like 10. I imagine some people will probably be done with their lists quicker and then we could start sharing,
Yeah, yeah.
and folks can continue to work. And Spence, do you prefer this to be people just writing down a list, or would you, if folks want to create visuals, if they are on their computer,
Oh yeah,
is there?
you can create visuals. You can collect pictures online. You could even draw pictures if you wanted to. However the things come to you, I think is flexible. As long as you can share it at the end and everybody can share at least like one thing, one or two
That's
things.
that's super Clubhouse vibey. People, you can sculpt your cannon out of clay if you got it over there.
Yeah,
Do a do a freestyle interpretation of it.
yeah.
Yes.
However you want to categorize things. I'm just
Nice.
excited to see how we're similar and how we're different. Um, that's the whole thing of this is how can we make things that are unique to us and how we show up in the world. Yeah.
Nice, man.
Um, yeah.
And I just I threw in, by the way, there's so many different, obviously, ways that you could create kind of like a visual mood board, kind of like you're suggesting if folks do want to do it visually, but Canva has some like little instant templates if people actually have visuals, like when Spencer was like had movie posters and other things that kind of like brought his canon to life. If anybody wants to, I just threw in a link like directly to Canva's mood board, which is a cool little free one. And then what do you, is that, you put the whole presentation in there just now, Spence?
Yeah. And I'll put the my Canon document that I made also, and you can modify this as well. So you have both of those.
Okay, cool, cool. And I'll throw on some little Ninth Wonder instrumentals while people
Okay,
work.
yeah.
And then maybe we say we'll check in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay,
Ninth Wonder. Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, feel free to make a request if it's something else. It just keeps it smooth enough. It's like this is that boom bap version of the lo-fi joint that you play in the background of your clubhouse or your work session. Is that coming through? Can you hear that? Okay. All right. We'll come back on in about 10, y'all.
We didn't clear this. We're gonna get sued.
It's gonna mess up our YouTube. All right, so I'm gonna give you the fade out, the manual fade out over here.
That's nice.
Abrupt, low abrupt on the end. Didn't get the dismount, but all right, there you go.
For the digital ones, great question. For the digital ones, when it's your turn, just share your screen or unmute and just say some things that you've added. But who wants to go? Who wants to go first?
I mean, I guess I can go first since I asked a question.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Nice to
Yeah.
meet you, by the way. Where are you?
Yeah.
Where are you coming to us from?
I'm from Denver, so
Okay.
yeah, very cool.
Okay. Cool.
Here it is. Here's the
Okay.
collage. This is why I needed more time. I was gathering photos. But these is just all the stuff that I feel like is inspirational to everything that I do or decisions I make or I get sucked in or things that I care about. So yeah, Rococo era paintings from Francois Boucher is in the left-hand corner. That's the swing. It's iconic. And then Armisia Gentileschi, she was a student of Caravaggio's in the 17th Baroque era, like paintings. And this is Judith slaying Holofernes. So lots of stuff. I love animals. That's my dog, Dexter. I love really stupid movies like The Room and parody horror movies like People Under the Stairs. I'm a big metal head, so I like new metal, things like that. So Devil Wears Prada, Motionless White, Gojira. But I also love things like Run the Jewels and Chapel Roan. She was on my top for Spotify this year. Pocopia and Animal Crossing are my biggest games. I love graffiti. So I do a lot of that stuff as well. And I love Obey and Banksy, and I'm forgetting one, but yeah. Oh, Taste Burns. He's a big Denver graffiti artist too. So that's mine.
Are you a fan of Psyduck
Yes.
specifically? Okay, you're
Well,
Psyduck.
Psyduck and Slowpoke. So I actually do cosplay as well. So I sewed a Slowpoke outfit for our fan expo, like our Comic-Con this year. But I've done other Pokemon like Gengar, and Psyduck's gonna be my next one. So
He's a neurotic duck with uh psychic powers. How can you not love that? You know,
he's
so
all of
good.
us in a
He
nutshell.
he's all of us in a nutshell. Thank you for sharing. This is a deep bench. I don't see Deftones on there, but that's okay.
I do like Deftones though. They were great live.
But thank you for sharing. I feel like I feel like I got to know you pretty well just now from that. Yeah, that's
And I
hard.
mean, Jeff, Misha, and Matt, they know me pretty well, so that's pretty accurate.
I was gonna say I knew Brittany was gonna have a fly cannon.
Gotcha.
All right, who wants to follow up?
I can go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I just develop a simple one, not the fancy one, but I'm happy to share it with you guys. Let me just share it. Oh,
I have to make my way down under one sometime. Never been out there.
okay. Can everyone see my screen?
Oh yeah, we can see it. Yeah.
Yeah. So my envision to this workshop is like about the Richardson Primary School where we have a clubhouse. So this is our space. So everyone come into the space who feels safe in there, who feels they belong to a space without any judgment. So I want to reflect that, showcase that, and they like playing Roblox, so I just like um added this character of Roblox into this, and so they are very creative, the Clubhouse team members. They have created a wolf mask out of like a cardboard and all, so I have included that as well, and we take them to some kind of excursions. Um we try to like put in the excursion part as well as the learning space as well. So I've included that. And also, this is the art drawn by one of our clubhouse member. So it says that I belong to this clubhouse, and then when I come to the clubhouse, I see all the garden bed of flower in front of the clubhouse. So that gives me a sense of belonging. So basically, I envision like belonging into the clubhouse. We don't have that kind of opportunity, and the clubhouse has given them that opportunity to flourish and to be good at what they do.
That's really cool.
Thank you.
Every clubhouse I've been to, I used to work adjacent to one, then I went to one in Massachusetts, and then did stuff with this group. Uh, kids really are with it everywhere, and I'm glad
Yeah.
that this institution exists for them to explore themselves and their creative hobbies. It's really cool to see how it's different contextually everywhere, but still the same kind of passion. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. So
Yeah.
thank you for
Thank you.
sharing. All right, who's next?
I can do mine.
Awesome. Where are you hailing from?
Well, I forgot I was muted. Can you all see?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. Um, it's hard to fit everything I'm into in one thing, so this is just like a little bit of it. And then right now I'm thinking a lot about water and the way water can look so organic and take shapes. So I put a lot of water related things like water waves or like also I love everything that is like inside the ocean, like coral reefs, jellyfish. I'm really into organic shapes. Um, this show I'm into is H2O Add Some Water because I'm trying to see the shows that I used to like when I was little, trying to connect to my childhood. So this is a show I'm watching right now, and I love that it have mermaids because I love mermaids. Um, there's like art projects that I've done that a lot of them are related to mermaids and like water. This is a thing that's done in my country in Venezuela, where they take like basically give the Virgin Mary like a ride around the ocean and celebrate her. It's very pretty. I don't think I got to experience that in person, but hopefully one day I can because it's very cool. Um,
I also love this movie and I'm trying to collect the manga. It's like Children of the Sea and it's a very beautiful movie and I love how raw it looks because it's not like crystal clear developed animation. It's like very rough. I don't know how to explain it. Um, I also love like very old movies. Like there's like these Bollywood movies I really like. I love how they treat cinematography, honestly. It's very beautiful and I'm really into that. So these are both that have that like popped up into my mind and I also love like the Audrey Hepburn movies. This is Roman Holiday. I really like that movie. But yeah, all about the cinematography and the way they tell stories is really funny to me.
Mm.
Um, then there's Rosalia. She's also been popping in my mind because she released a new album called Lux, and it's like the way she interpreted religion in each song. Like it's not just about one religion, she's experimented with multiple type of religions and like singing the songs and trying to like connect it to her perspective and it's very interesting, especially when it's religion connected or related to the woman in it and she like analyzes in a very interesting way. So I'm really into that and also all the visuals for the album and the concerts is like just watching like a movie or something. And then I love Studio Ghibli movies. Like this is like just one of them, but I really love basically all of them. I love the Studio Ghibli art style. And then also Petra Collins is a photographer. I really love her style too in photography. It's very dreamy. So yeah, this is my canon.
Your canon is very aesthetically pleasing, like color wise. And I also love
Cool.
the Fairy Tales book by Petra Collins because I've looked through that before. I almost bought it.
Oh my God,
Um,
I wanna buy.
it's so cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you for sharing.
Thank
H2O,
you.
that's a deep pull. I forgot about that. I watched that as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Who wants to go next? We're coming up on time, but I have time to go through the rest of everybody's for sure.
I can go.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Oh, this is such an interesting exercise. And as I like continued to add stuff, I was like, there's not enough space.
That means you have a deep bench, man.
Oh
You
man.
and your Georgian style house that you posted up at. Yeah.
At one of my satellite offices.
Okay, cool. There's some pheasants mounted on the wall over there. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, man, okay, so it feels like this is just the beginning and this is like shallow waters, but I'm thinking a lot about my teenage years, and like got into youth work, I think because of my interaction with people when I was a young person. Um, I'm from Minneapolis and I still live here. So there's a lot of Minneapolis centric things on here being Prince, and the revolution, and the basis for like the Minneapolis sound that changed music, the Minneapolis graffiti scene, HM Crew, Ewok, specifically. And I just remember as a teenager, like I have a graffiti background, but also just seeing these things and these faded murals of like a time that was slightly before my time, but that like these guys were aging into, adult careers and but still seeing some of their work and hearing some of the like the lore and the stories about um, their escapades in the city. And they always brought in like elements of classic cartoons and characters that have always been a part of graffiti, but and I didn't get any of those characters on here, but they're always really influential. Um, 90s hip hop, Wu-Tang Clan and Low End Theory. Yes, Wu-Tang's for the children. I had a friend whose big brother put me on to Wu-Tang and it like changed my life forever. And the aesthetics of that group, specifically in the 90s, around like their individual styles, both like as the way they dress, but also their like the way they like had their individual musical styles and phrasing and cadence, and like these different characters. The 92 Dream Team, I for whatever reason like 90s basketball like more aesthetically about the logos and stuff versus like the actual team, but like I was always so like into the Dream Team. I was like, look at these guys, like look at the superheroes that have formed. Um, Mitch Hedberg, one of my favorite comedians, just like left field, strange, esoteric comedy. I'm a guitarist, and my first Telecaster was a Sunburst color. Um, I was very influenced early by Jimi Hendrix, and like I don't dress like that, but I wish I could. And this is like specifically from a documentary where he plays "Hear My Train a Coming" on a 12-string guitar, and that just like sticks out in my brain. The New York Zoo York mixtape was a skate video from New York, and it was very like music and skateboarding. I don't skateboard anymore as I did when I was younger, and like the aesthetics and style and sort of look of that has continued. The Moog grandmother is the first synthesizer that I like fell in love with as an adult, and when I was coordinator in a clubhouse in St. Paul, I really got to know this instrument, and it like represents, I don't know, a shift in my music, but also like my time as a coordinator and all the young people I work with there. Minneapolis as a place of revolution and a place of dissonance and a place of um, a battleground in many ways is represented here. I wasn't there when that happened. Um, I had very young children when this happened, man. It was a wild time in the city. Black Sabbath, just like innovations of this tiny town in England, and these guys essentially made up a new genre influenced by black music and American sounds. But they invented heavy metal. I want to invent something like that. And then Shock, an artist from Minneapolis, graffiti artist and just incredible mind, artistic weirdo. This is a new mural that he put up in with love and reverence for Alex Peretti. Rest in peace, Renee Good too. And Mortal Kombat 3, the aesthetics of that game, the colors and the motion capture always like captivated me. Yeah, that's where
You
I'm at
get
right
it.
now.
You get it. You understand it. Um, Thank you for sharing, man. This is a good, this is deep for sure. A lot of going on in the city, specifically this year, but the more I've grown up, I've seen like Minneapolis, there's always something going on, which is awesome. And yeah, just thank you for sharing and being here. I really
I appreciate
appreciate
it.
it. Um, one more person? Two more?
I want to see it.
We want to see it.
You want to see it.
I guess I can show it. I was a little late, so I tried to figure out what you guys were doing, but I think I got the gist of it, but I'll show
Yeah,
you. So
just
we'll
some of your
see.
favorites. We
Yeah.
see Super Mario back there. Super Mario Galaxy, the movie, Didn't watch it, but
Yeah.
Yoshi's in it. That's cool.
Yeah, so me growing up, I really I had the first Nintendo and stuff, so I'm really into Legend of Zelda and Super Mario. So video games have been like a big thing that I've always been into. And then when Toy Story came out, I was like, dude, that's the coolest movie I've ever seen. I got to learn how they did that. So I went to school and so I learned how to do 3D, and then I got this job connected to the clubhouse, and they gave me 3D printers, and I just started going crazy. And I've made a 5 foot great white shark. I've made a life size Luigi. I've just been 3D printing like crazy. And I love music, video games, like medieval time, anything with like knights in armor, stuff like that, action movies like Bruce Lee, ninjas, gangsters, all that kind of stuff.
That's hard.
Mm.
Do you have a
Gangster
favorite
ninjas.
gangster? You have a favorite gangster film? American
Uh,
Gangster?
Goodfellas,
Okay.
and that's like probably my top gangster movie of all time. But I love Joe Pesci, Ray Liotta, and then Sopranos. Like you can't go wrong with Sopranos. I love that
How do
show
you
too.
How do you feel about Casino?
Oh, Casino's good. Yeah, there's a lot, but yeah,
Yeah,
anything with Robert De Niro is good. You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's also a
he's
Nicholas Pileggi story too. Same
yeah,
writer as Goodfellas that cataloged the biographies of them gangsters.
that's
Um,
cool. Thank you
mhm.
for sharing here. Thank you
No
for
problem.
being here. I love seeing how we are all similar but also different, even when we're in different places. There's a lot of things, through lines that connect all of us. So that's very beautiful to see, and I'm excited to be able to work with y'all. Um, was
Yeah,
that we're only here for an hour, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. So over the next week or so, I'll probably send you an email with some resources. But yeah, think about like a little short or project that we can make using these. Be sure to you if you're still expanding your canon, keep adding to it, and then just pull out some ideas of like something that you can do or a character you can design. Maybe a gangster. I guess like a gangster Mario. I've seen that. But like whatever comes to your mind based off of all these things that you've cataloged here, we can do, and I'll show you the way and how to utilize that. Then you in turn can teach young people how to do it. Um, but yeah, I'm really excited. This is a great group, and I'm very excited to Gangster Link. That's a good idea. I like that. You know, the Hyrule Mafia. Okay, I get it. I see the vision. But yeah, um, Matt, should we talk about rescheduling the last one now, or should we just follow up in an email?
Yeah, maybe we'll just note it and then I'll follow up in the email with like a doodle poll or something.
Okay, cool. That'd be great. But yeah, I something came up on the 9th. If we can shift it to either the last section to July 10th or the 8th, that would work great for me. But also, if it needs to be on the 9th, I can figure out something. We can figure that out. I just wanted to give everybody a heads up. I'll send some resources, some things that we can look at. Probably on Monday. I'll send out an email, Monday or Tuesday. I'll send out an email with some resources and some things for the upcoming sessions. But yeah, just keep adding to your canons. If you're working with students, encourage them to write down what they're really into and really have them be specific. Because a lot of kids will just be like, I'm into anime, but like what kind of anime? What kind of manga? What characters? What design? They have likes and dislikes. It's really about they have taste, but it's just like figuring out what that is that will help them grow into adulthood. So it's just something to think about and really push them to really write down and hone in on. Um, but yeah, I think that's all I got. Does anybody have any questions? Matt, do you have any questions?
Nah, I mean, I think it's good. So, and when you said think about the project you'll make, the final thing that we culminate to is essentially in video form output as people are just kind of like mulling it over in their minds as we get to the next session. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Whatever it ends up being, we want videos, but we can also just, yeah, I'm gonna teach some animation techniques. We get a little bit of animation going. That's what I want to get to, but even if it's a render, as long as we have something at the end, you know,
Mhm.
based off of this principle of only I can make this. That's the goal. Using these
Mhm.
tech tools. Yeah.
Or Hyrule
So
Mafia.
Hyrule Mafia. Anyway, that's all I got for today. So thank you so much for pulling up, and I'm looking forward to connecting with y'all in the upcoming weeks.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
See y'all next week. We
You know
Keto,
what
we
I'm
can get a little
saying?
more rest.
Yeah.
Brain thinking
Hands held high, raise them up to the sky. Never let them low. Only thought you should know.